Hello friends, welcome to Mystery Check. Today's video is the much awaited Infovel in our channel actually. So this Infovel is based on my travel to the northeast regions, that's the hill stations of Gangtok, Darjeeling, Pelling, Sikkim and all. We're going to explore the things that I saw there, and we're going to speak about the history and some important information I gathered from there actually. Okay, this is the first episode of Infovel. Without any delay, let's get into the video. So the first episode is based on airports. My travel, almost like 7 hours spent at the airport, seriously. Like, I started off from Chennai to Bangalore at morning 7 o'clock, and I packed off for like 5:30 a.m. in the morning. But seriously, I will give you an advice from my heart. If you're traveling to some place like by flight or something, don't ever do it in the morning, because the cabs are too costly, man. I don't know, like 600 rupees from my house is in Kilkat, like to Meenambakam airport is almost 600 rupees. I don't know, it's like not at all worth it at all. It's like a Maruti Shift car, like we are going of 5 people there. It's like small packed, jam-packed area. It costs 600 rupees. I don't know. Oh, this is my hearty advice to all the viewers actually. Don't ever start in the morning, or don't ever plan a trip starting off in the morning. Haba, mudilada. Okay, then we reached the Chennai airport by 6 o'clock in the morning, and we checked in, security check-in, everything, blah blah blah. We finished everything and we sat at the waiting gate almost. We are looking for the flight, is it there or not, like coming going what flight is ours, like Air Asia. I'll come to that after, okay. This video is mainly based on the airports. Okay, in the middle of the video, I will give you a business model and revenue generation about the airports. That's going to be the information part of this video, and the rest is going to be the vlog review and my experience during the travel. We were sitting and like relaxing, taking selfies, different angles. That's our job. Okay, we are taking that, and we took some cringy videos there. I don't know. Like we were sitting, and another advice from my heart: if you're going to an airport or you're going to travel by flight, don't ever go with an empty stomach, man. We planned to drink a cup of coffee there and we bought it. It's almost like 480 rupees, da. I don't know why it is so costly. It's not like Starbucks and all. If you go to Starbucks, means it'll touch the 1,200 mark, I guess. Chinna coffee, like we will drink in the tea stalls, right? That size, it almost like 480 rupees. My heart was like,
இது உனக்கு தேவையா பையா என்று நாங்கள் கேட்போம்.
Simply that. So don't ever go with an empty stomach. We bought like 4 coffees. Kanaka pota almost like 2,000 rupees nearly. Credit card swiping, na? And like we were waiting for the flight. Then 1 hour, like 7:10 was our flight, and 6:30 was the boarding, I guess. Then we boarded in and we saw the flight. It is like town bus, ra.
இடம் இருக்கு, அம்பட்டு இடம் இருக்கு. எதுக்கு இங்க நிக்கிறீங்க நீங்க? உள்ள வாங்க. சீட் இருக்கானே. முன்னாடி சீட், பின்னாடி இங்க இருக்கு சீட். அண்ணே, உள்ள தள்ளி உட்காருங்க. நீங்க போங்க சார். உள்ள தள்ளி நீங்க உள்ள போங்க. உள்ள போங்க. ஓகே. உள்ள தள்ளி உட்காரியா? 3 பேர் சீட்ல 2 பேர் உட்காருங்க. உள்ள தள்ளி உட்காருங்க. அண்ணே, யாரா வந்தா நடுவுல உட்கார வச்சுக்கிறேன். நீங்க என்ன கவலை பண்றீங்க? போங்க.
Like I have the experience with the Omni vans. Seriously, I will, like from school to house, I will travel by Omni vans only. It's actually 5-seater, I guess, but it contains like 12 to 13 children and students there. Simply, this flight was in the same condition like the Omni van. It's like almost 600 seats, I guess, but very, very, very small space. We can't like stretch the legs off. If we come front, like during the takeoff, if we fall front, like we'll go to the next seat, I guess. It's like worse. Like I traveled back in the flight like almost 2015. I was like small that time. That was comfortable. I felt happy, appa. Like I was in the same mood, but this time I can't even stretch my legs and sit. I was like in the sitting like same as in the Omnivan. But I think one person needs 2 seats to sit, like stretching this side. But fortunately I got the window seat, that is important for us every time. And then let's continue with the travel. Before that, we gonna see about the business model and secrets. Like, the size of the flight is too small, but the rate is too high. We don't even stay comfortable there. But it's almost like a 5k from Chennai to Bangalore, I think. Like, nearly the 5k, I'm not accurate. But it's just a 45 minutes travel. Adum buying speed up. Like, it almost like they said that it's gonna be around 10 to 8:15, but they reached there at 8 o'clock almost. Like, on the 15 minutes we do all the stuff, right? It's all included in the travel time, I think. It's the biggest secret. We plan for 1 hour travel, abba, kurta kasu 1 hour porom, but it's not that actually, seriously. And then, the business model. Okay, let's come to that. Do we really have to stay in the airport before 2 hours of the boarding? I don't really think so. Like, the security check-in and all the blah 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 random things, it's over by like around 20 to 30 minutes max. Why they say us to be there before 2 hours before the boarding? I don't know. It's their revenue generation actually. Like, we stay there, like we can't be simply sitting there. We like very very neatly packed. It's like 7-star hotel in the airport. Rates are also too high, but the ambience is also too good. It tempts us to eat actually. And then we go and buy, it's almost like 500 rupees, 2 sets idli, 3 sets idli. It's very very costly. So it's the main revenue generating model for the airports. These are from passenger side. Then let's go from the airlines. So what money they get from the airline side is the fuel. Like, they have to fill the fuel, right? Airport is the responsibility for the fuels for the airlines and the Airbus they fly. The next one is air traffic management, like navigation, surveillance and communication is based on the airport. Airport is responsible for all these things. And the third one is ground service, including safety, like landing, parking, etc. This all comes under the airport's management. And the fourth is baggage handling, like passengers, like cargo, etc. Everything comes under the airport service, and also the cargo facility. Store management is specifically store management. So the revenue generated by the airports and the airlines is termed as the aeronautical income. So next, revenue generation from the passengers are the restaurants and retail, as we spoke about this earlier, and parking. So every time a car or a motorbike is parked in the airport's parking lot, it generates an income for the airport. It's true. And the third one is paid taxi or bus service. The taxi service provider who operate from the airport premises also pays a fixed charge to the airport. It's like simply a commission to the airport. Because the taxi fares and the charge are like too high. It's almost double the fare of the normal taxis that we ride on. And the next is passenger lounges. We can't sit in the normal seats for long. It's like jam-packed. Now airports are becoming like town bus stops. But we pay for passenger lounges. It becomes more comfortable than you think actually. They will give you a sofa, like they will give you a table for walking. If you want to walk, you can walk there. And you stay comfortable. They will afford you foods like in the buffet system. So you get more comfortable there. That's the reason why the passenger lounges are set in the airport. So next thing is why flights ask us to turn on the flight mode or switch off your mobile phones. This we will see in the next part of the video. So let's continue with the vlog. So now we are traveling like from Chennai to Bangalore. It has arrived at Bangalore in almost like 45 minutes max, I guess. So we went off and we are waiting, like it's a connecting flight actually. So we don't want to take out the baggage or like 1 hour will go in that. So we are like okay, staying calm, and we went there for a launch which was just 2 rupees it cost. Okay, they were like okay, only credit cards accepted. We went there and we swiped the card, and okay, we are planning for 4. But they said that like 1 credit card for 1 person. What's this? Like, will a family like carry like 5 to 6 credit cards or 4 credit cards in their hand? I don't know seriously. If we give any other cards, it's sorry sir, it's not accepting. Sorry sir, it's not accepting. Sorry sir, only credit card. Only one person have to eat. Fortunately we gave like 2. Fortunately another card worked for my father. Okay, then me and my mother was sitting inside and my father and my sister were out. I think it's one of the dirtiest things that they do. Like, its launch is cheap, just 4 rupees in cost, and mostly every food item was available there, like idli, sambar. Idli why do you that is another criteria, another thing, but everything was like kept. Only one urbiana thing in that like launch is the happy fizz they kept in the fridge. Like they kept like fruity happy fizz and be natural so that you could drink. I thought one like they'll usually keep in the buffet, right? Like juice things. I thought it is a lemon cooler, but it's like distilled water. Lemon pulinja distilled water mari irundhuchu. I literally hated that, and then I went for happy fizz. Okay, that's also 10 rupees packet. And there were like water bottles kept, everything neatly. And they had dosa in the live counter, but literally நம்ம ஒரு டேஸ்ட் அங்கே வரல. சீரியஸாக சொல்லணும்னா பெங்களூர்லேயே வரல. Like the sambar was not too good. The chutney was like without a salt. Even a pinch of salt is not there. And we could not keep it in our mouth. And we finished off with 2 idlis and 1 dosa. That's it. Because connecting flights, passengers are actually not allowed to leave the airport, I guess. But I don't know if a connecting flight is almost like 12 hours late. And after 12 hours, what will the passengers do? I don't know. They have like kept lounges. That was seriously good. And the another beautiful thing about the Bangalore airport is that one design I will show you in this video. It's like we were in the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 scenario, man. Like if you watch the movie, you could relate it actually. It's like very very cool and amazing. They're all like made with bamboo. It's almost like pretty cool there. It's not like sweating. It was cool, pretty good, very very like ambience was top notch. We almost took like a 150 selfies, 200 photos with this one boss, that one boss. Like on angle we shot many photos, and the ambience was literally amazing. They have worked pretty hard. அதுக்குன்னு அதில் போட்ட காசு எங்கள் சாப்பாடு எடுப்பீங்களாடா. It was like mind voice for my whole airport journey. And then we waited for 4 hours, like 8 o'clock the flight arrived at Bangalore, and the next flight to Bagdogra is almost like 12 o'clock or 12:10. 11:30 was our boarding, and we were sitting and headphones adukku dana kadavul kuduthirukkaru. Like we were like putting on it and we were jolly. I was listening to songs in my Spotify playlist and I was enjoying. Okay, it was like pretty good. And time went off. Almost like 4 hours was not a big deal. Now I entered into the flight to Bagdogra. It almost like 3 hours. It will reach Bagdogra by 3 o'clock. So I was like, okay, sitting there. But I don't know how will this 3 hours go, man. Like literally the 45 minutes was boring actually. But road la ponala you have like shopping malls, complexes, like plants, trees to watch out. But literally nothing. The window seating nothing, just for the takeoff. That's it. And I was sitting, okay. Again, they told us to on the flight modes. Now let's see the reason why the airplanes, like the support staff, wants us to on the flight mode in the flights. It's a very pretty simple reason. So it is advised to put the electronic devices on airplane modes, as signals from electronic devices interrupt the plane's communication systems actually. Like they have to communicate until the takeoff, right? So we have to be clear of the other signals or the traffic controls. It's actually a risky job, I agree. So it's the reason why they want us to put our mobile phones on flight mode or ask us to switch off. So it's the simple main reason. And they show off like the safety measures, what we should do if in case of the flight crashes. நம்ம வேறு நிறைய மிஸ்ட்ரி பேசிட்டோமா, அண்ட் இட்ஸ் லைக் ஒரு இங்கே உட்காரும் போதெல்லாம் அப்படியே நெருப்பில் உட்கார மாதிரி இருக்குது. எதுக்கடா அதெல்லாம் இன்கேஸ் ஃப்ளைட் கிராஷ் ஆனால் சொல்லலாம். But why from the start you are panicking the passengers? I don't know. The passengers are like, but nobody listens to that. They are like, flight take off ஆகுதாங்கிறது தான் வந்து எல்லாரோட பார்வையுமே அங்கே தான் இருக்குது, throughout the window. And it's her duty to show off the safety measures and the oxygen mask in case of low pressure, take on and the mask on. So these are the basic things that they should do in a flight before the takeoff, and they are like ready and was like, okay, cool. But one thing that bothered me was the mystery videos I make. I regret making that flight disappearance videos now while I'm traveling, because it's almost like 35,000 feet. We spoke about some mysteries about 35,000 feet, falling, crashing, about Amelia Earhart, and many other disappearance and MH370. Annikin Bhatta, before the flight, I saw the MH370 series at Netflix. Pocha. But okay, he was like very, very experienced pilot, and he landed safely on Bagdogra. Bagdogra airport, abba. Nama pannirukanga ba. Like, seriously, it's a non-AC airport, man. Keela vande, like, we were on the lane for taking baggages, actually. We were sweating there. It's almost 40 degrees Celsius in Bagdogra, simply in Chennai. There was no AC, man. How could the passengers survive? If we sit there for more than half an hour, we will die. We'll die of sweat, I guess. Abba. And fortunately, the baggages came after like 15 minutes of time. It doesn't take so much long, and we took off, and we planned this trip with Make My Trip. So they have neatly fixed the drivers and the other coordinators of sightseeing, everything, and our driver came. Driver is the highlight of this full story. Let's see about our journey from Bagdogra to Gangtok and what we did in Gangtok in the next video. I hope this video made you feel good, and I think you enjoyed this. Okay, let's see you in the next video. Thank you for watching. Make sure you subscribe and turn on the bell button so that you won't miss the next Infovel video, which is coming up next week. Thank you guys for watching.